Hey guys, it's Dale with Old Skool Rides. We're picking up one we had over a buddy of mine's. You guys probably saw this project a little earlier in the year when I did a film on the 69 Roadrunner or Hemi Roadrunner that I picked up. This one was in the background. I actually bought this car before the Roadrunner and was going to build this car. But when I got the Hemi Roadrunner, it was kind of like a 383 Roadrunner versus Hemi Roadrunner. This one is Hemi Orange, but it doesn't have a Hemi in it. So I'm gonna take a look at this car with you guys here. We got it a little more back together, and most likely we're gonna let this one go down the road. But I at least had enough parts to pretty much complete it, so it's a good project for somebody else. Let's take a look. So here she is, 1969 Roadrunner 383. I don't know if you guys remember, this car didn't have a front end on it when we got it. It had the center lines on it, in the front and back, and bigs and littles. Didn't have a hood on it. This hood is actually off of a GTX. You can see it had 440 emblems on it. Probably a fairly rare hood. Those call outs, at least, if they had the chrome. Oh shoot, I need to unwrap that. So I mean, you can't really tell. We had a 383 in here with HP manifolds are on it. It is an HP 383 automatic trans. I do try to keep them covered up so they don't get water in them, but we got a nice set of fenders for this car. Had some grill pieces that we put in it. You know, it didn't have a bumper on it. We had a piece of bumper there and some brackets, and we threw those on. But these turned out to be pretty decent fenders. We got a little dent in this one here, but I mean, they're pretty solid compared to what was on the darn thing. And I'm gonna take you over to this other side over here. But got a wheel lip molding on that one. Look at that. But these were actually a pretty decent set of fenders that we had laying around, so we got them on, like I said. And the grill pieces. She is missing the fender tag. It is a power steering car. That's kind of cool. I don't know if you guys can see the orange under here. This was a Hemi Orange car. Automatic air HP 383. Looks like it is a manual drum. If I remember right, this guy's got a line lock on it down here for when they were racing it. We've got some fuel tees. We got a coil over here. Just a bunch of different stuff from when these guys were racing this poor girl. We'll shut that hood back down. They were had their fuel pressure up here. I didn't want to remove it. I just left it there. Got some wipers on it, and you know, she's pretty decent. She's gonna need some quarters, because I'm not gonna lie, they cut these up pretty good and had these slicks underneath them. I don't know that you can get a bigger tire under this car without too much more modification. But you can see they got VP Racing Fuels right there. She was definitely a race car. I'm gonna let you peek in here. Looks like they had her red, but she's definitely orange underneath. I mean, everywhere you look, there's orange. But, it was an air car. I forgot about that. It looks like we had a fancy Mallory. Is it Mallory? Yeah, I think that's a Mallory tack sitting up here that came with it. Still got the keys in the ignition. AC. She definitely needs a steering wheel. They weren't using the shifter up here anymore. They had a shifter on the floor there. I don't know if that's a Mr. Gasket or Hurst or, oh, they got a line lock right there for the brake. Probably had a reverse manual valve body in it. Another set of gauges down there, oil and water. Interesting that it's got had a green dash in it for the pads anywhere. I don't know where they got the pads from, but seems like a pretty cool little car here. I threw the bench seat in it because it was missing one. I found the correct 69, and we threw a back seat in it because it was missing the back seat. Looks like we've got the pieces of the panel for the other side over there, and sun visors, and most of the pieces to put her back together. She's definitely missing a lot of stuff when we got her. It is a hardtop, true hardtop car, and they did have some extended wheel studs on there for racing. Swing around to the back side. All in all, it's a pretty solid car. The frame rails seem pretty nice. Floorboards seem decent. It did have a roll cage in it. We had to trim out lightly. They didn't have any extra super big cuts, but she'll need a little cleanup. You can see the orange in the trunk. Definitely orange in here. Looks like a bunch of peanut shells from a mouse or something at one time. It's got a fuel cell. Looks like it might have had a nitrous bottle in there. Hard to say. The center of the trunk has been cut out. I'm not sure why they went to that. I don't know if they did it for rust or if they just did it for filling the hole. It almost looked like it was done just to fill the hole because they had the gas tank. So I don't know. I can try and peek under there. Like I said, we threw a bumper on the rear. Got some tail lights on her. Let me take a peek under it. Ugh. Yeah, it kind of looks like it might be trimmed out. Can't tell real well. 8 3/4 under it. Air shocks. Got some really nice air shocks. They definitely did some fun things to this car. And you definitely see the orange everywhere on the darn thing. It is a vinyl top car. Surprisingly, the vinyl held up fairly well. And you can see up here, she's not rusted out like all of them are. They always get a little rust up here, a little teeny bit underneath the chrome, but for some reason that darn chrome just held water, especially on the vinyl top cars. But again, we got another wheel well that probably, this quarter is definitely in better shape, but honestly, unless you're going to race it, and the metal's still there, you can feel the lip. They just rolled them under and stuck those big old tires under there. Door's pretty straight. Great car, good project. I thought you guys would get a kick out of her. It was definitely going to be one that I was going to drive around and try and hot rod until I got that Hemi car. Well, guys, there she is. Get a little walk around with it. Pretty good car. Definitely something that someone can deal with, I'm sure. It's gonna need a new home here shortly, so give us a shout if you decide you think you might want one like that. But I hope you enjoyed the walk around. I've really enjoyed getting this car and tinkering with it a little bit, but more so I'm excited to move on to my Hemi Roadrunner. Hopefully one of my next videos will have an update on that one, and we'll get to get some good pictures of that car. I'm really excited about doing that car, but there she is, 69 Roadrunner, 383, needs a new home. Old School Rides, subscribe. See you next time.